Good morning. This is November the 21st, Thursday, 2024. We are in BBIS first semester compulsory English class, and this is the second section for today. In the first session, we were reading paragraph 9, where we read about the idea of sustained argument. And I said, research paper requires doing research requires careful reading. Doing research requires in-depth understanding. Doing research requires good reasoning. Doing research requires inference. Doing research requires the capacity to analyze something. Doing research requires the capacity to synthesize ideas. Doing research requires to think critically. Doing research requires ability to solve your problems. So it's not an easy thing. It's not like eating French fries. It's like chewing the hardened cheese. I got a nice analogy, right? French fries versus Ilamco cheese. Okay. So, let's move ahead to paragraph 10 now. Now, up to paragraph 9, the writer was exploring the problem. He was exploring the problem up to 9. Para 1 context, para 2 thesis, para 3, 4, 5 evidence, para 6 counter evidence, para 7 comparison between library and Google, para 8 the idea about hard sustained reading, para 9 the idea that research is not easy. Now in para 10 he changed the topic. What does it do? From paragraph 10 he is asking the question, what is the cause of this problem? What is causing the problem? So paragraph 1 to 9 explores the problem. From para 10, he is moving to solution of the problem now. In research, you write solutions in recommendation section. In research paper, you offer solution at the end of the paper. In findings, in recommendation. Okay, move ahead. Of course, you cannot blame the students for ignoring book. This is remarkable. This is remarkable. Have you seen us teachers? Whenever there is a problem, we blame you. Padhaina, we say. But we never say, Amli Ramari Padhaina, we never say. We say Padhaina, we never say, Amli Ramari Padhaina. So when you point your index finger to the student, don't forget, other 4 fingers are pointing you. Now you will see Rodenberg does critical self-reflection. And critical self-reflection is a wonderful quality for personality development. What is critical self-reflection? You look at yourself and see if something is wrong in you rather than blaming others. When you have a problem, don't blame others. First, get a mirror and look into the mirror. You will find a solution. Often, causes of problems are in us, not in other people. Right? Look here. How does he do that? When college libraries are diverting funds from books to computer technology, that will be obsolete in 2 years. At most, they send a clear message to students, don't read. Just connect, surf, download. So what does he do? First he blames library. And library is part of the academy, we know. So he begins by saying, if our students are not doing good research, don't blame the students. The problem is in the university, not in the student. I fully agree. Because I teach research at the university. Now ask me, Divakar sir, I will say, students do not know how to do research because we teachers are not teaching properly. The fundamental quality to be a researcher is your ability to raise questions as you read. Did you ask me any question in this class today? No, because I didn't allow you. I didn't allow you. What I did, I explained everything myself. And I made you listen. You may have questions in the mind, but for fear of disturbing my class, you are not asking it. That's wrong. That is wrong. This kind of teaching does not promote a research culture. In that sense, today's class is not a very effective class. But if you think from traditional perspective, lecture, it may be better. Okay. So what is wrong with the library? They are installing computers. What does computer do? You connect through internet. You browse and surf through pages. You select, copy, paste and download, cut and paste. And this is the cancer of research. What is cancer of research? Connect, surf, download, cut and paste. What is the chemotherapy for research? Read. What is chemotherapy for the cancer in the academy? Read. And today I'm sorry to say, most of my students don't read. We teachers don't read. Why? Because we have other options to pass time, the mobile phone. If I see sexuality on my mobile phone, for example, then that sexual content, for example, is more luring to me than reading a 200-page book. Because if I read a 200-page book, I might need 3 days to enjoy the book. But there is a 1-minute short that gives me excitement. I fail to understand that 1-minute excitement by the short is harmful. The 3-day mental exercise is good, but I don't understand. And I don't read books. I watch shorts on my mobile phone. And I don't read. Look how beautifully. He wrote this in 1997. And this is so true even today. Right? Move ahead. Originality becomes hard to separate from plagiarism. Today you get research paper, and here is a page of research paper, page 9, page 10, you are reading, and you don't know which line was written by the student and which he copied. He mixes so well, you don't know which is original and which is stolen. That's why today the university has plagiarism checking system today. And when you do a research, you will have to supply a software with the research, and that is uploaded to the software, and the software does a detection test through the website, and it gives you a report what is the percentage of the words in the paper found in other websites. And if your paper has more than 10% similarity, your degree is rejected. Your paper is cancelled. You have to rewrite. You are charged of plagiarism. But if your paper has less than 7% similarity, matching words between your paper and internet, you get through. This is what they are doing today. That is called plagiarism checker. You have to pay around, I guess, 4,000 or 5,000 rupees to the university for that service. Originality becomes hard to separate from plagiarism if no author is cited on a web page. Look, normally have you seen all the books have writer's name, all the books have publisher's name, all the books have this information, but websites may not have. Websites may not have. Clearly, the words are up for grabs. Who are grabs? Anybody can grab them. So, internet is like a public tap. Anybody can go and drink from there. But that may not be a safe water. The water from public tap is easily available, but may not be safe. Information on Google may be easily available, but may not be of value. Right? When you go to library, it's like going to your home and drinking from your home RO system or filter. And students must prefer the fabulous jumble to the hard work. See here the choice. What is the problem today? Students don't like the hard work of stopping to think and make sense of what they have read. What do they like? They like the fabulous jumble on the screen. The first novel, a long novel, that I read in my life was Wuthering Height by Emily Bronte. She died at the age of 30, British author. She wrote only one novel, single novel, and in history book, she has got one whole page about her with one book. A very rare writer. And I have rarely seen any tragic romance ever written than that novel, Wuthering Height. And I read, you won't believe me, you will say I'm bluffing. I remember in Kirtipur, Panga, in my rented room, I put on my blanket and I finished 226 pages in a single sitting by the window. Because that was the first time I was reading novel. It is so gripping. I had no hunger, no sleep, no thirst. It is so interesting. Then I wrote a 3-page comment on the novel. And my first word was, as I read the pages of this novel, I feel I'm watching a movie. It is so vivid. I went to class, gave the paper to my teacher. He patted me, Divakar, ramro garyo. And in the class, he said, Divakar agadi au. And he said, Hera, ele lekhya cha. And I read my commentary. I never forget. I never forget. I'm sharing this story simply to mean, what did he say? Research requires hard work. Research requires hard work. Can you finish 220 pages at a single sitting, let's say? I mean, without any break, that's the point. Research requires hard work. Hard work to what? Read and think. Let me add the word in big size. Think. The problem with this mobile phone, I don't have connectivity, I wish I could show you the shots also. I have a shot and I swipe up and down, or even if I don't swipe, another will come, or it will repeat the same thing. It is so short, it does not trigger my thinking. That's the argument. That is the argument. You may disagree and say, no, Divakar Sa. Every time I watch something on a mobile phone, I'm thinking. I do agree with you. But his argument is that if you consume on the screen, it does not trigger your thinking as a book does. That's his argument. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. It's up to you, right? Look this word. Make sense of what you have read. I read once Wasteland. Have you heard this poetry? Wasteland? No. By T.S. Eliot. In that poetry, there is a scene. A young man is in the city. He needs sex. So he looks for a sex worker. And he finds a girl. Then he hires her. They come in the room. And then they are in the bed. and there is a sexual scene. I'm telling you, because you're mature people. And then, sorry to say this, speak so clearly. They are having sex. The girl says, "Are you in?" And the boy is over. Within a second. Now, what is the meaning of this poem? What is the meaning of this poem? Sorry to share this poem. A great poem. A great poem. Just 400 lines. Read it on Google. One of the greatest poems ever written in 20th century. Wasteland. The meaning of this line is, today in the modern world, there is no sexuality, there is no spirituality, there is no humanity. And the poem says, humanity has died away, spirituality has died away, sexuality has died away. Sex has become a biological discharge. Whereas sex used to be an intense सात जन्म को प्रेम. From सात जन्म को प्रेम, sex has become 5 seconds biological discharge. So the poem makes a very serious criticism about modern life. I give you this example to show you that when you read something, make sense of it. Understand what the line is trying to say. T.S. Eliot does not say what I told you. No, he simply describes the scene. In that scene, there is a commuter in the city. He needs sex. He looks at girls around, finds one in the corner, hires her, brings in the room. That's the scene. But I understand what Eliot is trying to say. Eliot is criticizing our sexual morality in that line. Eliot is criticizing our attitude about sex. So what did I say? Research is reading and then understanding. It's like eating and then digesting. Reading and understanding are like eating and digesting. When you read and understand, your brain gets vitamin, minerals and grows. When you eat and digest, your body gets vitamins, minerals and muscles grow. When you read and can't digest, you have diarrhea in the toilet. When you eat and can't digest, you have diarrhea. When you read and can't digest, you vomit on Facebook. When you read and can't digest, you have diarrhea in the brain. Diarrhea in the brain means coming up with useless ideas, coming up with valueless ideas. Have you seen social media today? Last time that Prime Minister's viral reel, that's all diarrhea, because that was all fake. And we believe that, we share that. So please, reading is like eating. Understanding is like digesting. If you digest, body gets required element and body grows. If you understand, brain gets required ideas and it grows. Okay, move at paragraph 11 now. Look, it's a simple essay, looks so small, but look how much you can talk about it. Libraries used to be, see here, past tense, used to be repositories of words. What is a repository? A collection. A lake is a repository of water. An ocean is a repository of water. And ideas. See, mark this word, I learned a bigger word. If anything is most important under the sun, it's an idea. Copernicus had the idea. The earth goes around the sun. Whereas before Copernicus, Bible said the sun goes around the earth. And Copernicus's idea changed the whole, what system? astronomical system. Astronomy was changed. An idea can change the world. Tesla, Elon Musk, idea. A week ago, I was seeing a video. It says, now you can run your car with water. Was puzzled. Oh, what's, let me check. Then I see, oh, Elon Musk has come up with a car engine that can convert water into hydrogen and use it as nuclear energy to run the car. Now with a small amount of energy, you can run 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 kilometers. And I read the news today that now Elon Musk is challenging all car giants around the world with his thought. Idea. An idea can change the world. There is an advertisement used to be on Indian television by Amitabh Bachchan. The ad was about Idea brand phone. Have you ever heard this phone? In India, there was a phone named Idea. And Amitabh Bachchan used to come for advertising this phone. And it says, an idea can change the world. An idea can change the world. So what is research? Research is ability to think valuable ideas. Ability to think valuable ideas. Now they are seen, they means library. Now the libraries are seen as what? Centers for retrieval of information. See this phrase. Research is not just retrieving information. Research is reading, understanding, thinking, inferencing. Reading, understanding, thinking, reasoning, inferring, arguing. These are the words. Some of this information comes from other bigger libraries in the form of books that can take time to obtain through the interlibrary loan. What happens to the many students? Some things never change. Who scramble to write a paper one night before deadline. The computer screen, the gateway to the world, sitting right on the desk or lap, promises instant access, but actually offers only a pale, two-dimensional version of real library. I disagree. I do not agree with Rosenberg at all here, because today in my laptop, though it's illegal, I understand, it's unethical, I can access billions of books without leaving my bedroom. I can access billions of research articles without paying any money. What I do, I see an article, I click, Google opens and says, want to read further? I say yes, says monthly plan, $10. Now what I do, I copy the DOI number, I paste that DOI number in that hacker's website, and the hacker brings it for me. While I am saying this thing, I should be aware that doing so is illegal. Doing so is unethical. This is plagiarism. This is plagiarism. If I access someone's research article without paying money to them, I am doing something wrong and I should not do. But my point is, internet has made it possible. And you know, you can't control technology all the time. Every new technology changes social structure. Every new technology changes social structure. Okay, move ahead. Paragraph 12. Paragraph 12 is the most important paragraph in the whole essay. In this whole essay, paragraph 13 is the most important paragraph. Let's read slowly. But it's also my fault. So paragraph 10 and 11. Paragraph 10, he puts the question, whose fault? Paragraph 10. Paragraph 11 blames library. Paragraph 12, now come, it's also my fault. This is critical self-reflection. As I record this video, I go home, I upload to YouTube, then I copy the link, I upload it to YouTubetranscriber.com, And YouTube transcriber.com prepares transcription of my class. I copy the transcription in a Word file. And if I have time, I read. Why? To find out where I made a mistake in my class. This is called critical self-reflection. And critical self-reflection is a very powerful tool to grow in your life. If you want to grow, be a critical self-reflector. Always look at yourself. Did I make a mistake? How should I have said that? Okay, move ahead. I take the much of the blame for the decline in the quality of students' research at my class. I am the teacher. I teach research. So I am responsible. I don't blame students. No, move ahead. Now, I am responsible. Now he explains, what is the problem with teacher? What is the problem with teachers? Look here. I need to teach students how to read. And when he says that, I need to teach students how to read, he means we teachers are not teaching students how to read. This is interpretation. This is reading between the line. This is reading between the, there is a phrase, reading between the line. Reading between the line means being able to understand what the writer did not say openly, but what he meant. Reading between the line means getting the meaning behind the word. Behind the word. I need to teach how to read. Mark it. To take time with language. In this class today, we are taking time with language. Right now, while reading this paragraph, we are following it. Taking time with the language means focus on comma, focus on full stop, focus on inverted comma, focus on question mark, focus on syllable, focus on word, focus on phrase, focus on sentence. Read slowly. Attend to each word. Take time with language. Take time with ideas. Work through argument. What is working through argument? There is a course. Please, I don't know if you have, no, you don't have this course. This course is in BSM, I guess. There's a course. Do it using Google. Take this course in your free time. Take this course. Critical thinking and reasoning. Go to Google and just type, where can I take online course on critical thinking reasoning? This is a very powerful skill you should have. I won't delve detail here, but if you are a good critical thinker and you have good reasoning, you are a good researcher. Work through argument to synthesize disparate sources. What is synthesizing? I borrow his idea, I borrow her idea, I borrow her idea, I borrow her idea, I borrow her idea, and using their ideas, I present my idea. Synthesis is, let me draw a picture here. Synthesis is idea 1, idea 2, idea 3, idea 4, idea 5, idea 6, and I'm here. Now, synthesis is, here is my idea. Now, my idea is supported by this idea, this idea, this idea, this idea, this idea, this idea. None of them is saying what I'm saying. I repeat, none of them is saying what I'm saying. I'm saying something new. But without their support, my idea does not make sense. Without their support, my idea does not make sense. So synthesis is, I mix all these ideas, I mix together all these ideas and make something new. It's like I buy one vegetable from this shop, I buy another vegetable from this shop, I bought spices from this shop, I bought salt from this shop, I bought something from this shop, but then I made my own dish. I made my own dish. Now he can't say, Divakar, that's my dish, because he gave only one vegetable. Now she can't say it's my dish because she gave only one vegetable. She can't say my dish, she gave only spices. I took only one element from each, but I put them together and I made my dish. So research is like making your own dish, for which you must borrow salt from him, you must borrow oil from her, you must borrow juanu from her, you must borrow jeera from him, you must borrow gas ko chulho from them, but you make the dish. That is synthesis. That is synthesis. Move ahead. And come up with original thought. In paragraph 1, Rosenberg said, research papers today do not have original thinking. Now he is proving why. Because my students do not know how to synthesize. Why? Because they are eating French fries over Google. They are not willing to swallow the hard ilam cheese and play for an hour and then see the taste. Because you are eating French fries, you have fatty research paper. What paper? Fatty research paper. A research paper that contains only fat and no minerals and no vitamin. Right? Look how beautiful things are. They make you sleepy, I know. Because you don't have patience. You are younger people, right? You don't have patience. I need, now what to do? He said, teachers are not teaching how to read. Teachers are not teaching how to take time with language and ideas. Teachers are not teaching to work through arguments. Teachers are not teaching synthesis. Teachers are not teaching how to come up with original thinking. So what should the teachers do? Help my students understand how to assess sources. Very important. I go to a website, I see an idea. Now, I like the idea, I copy. Then I find out I am studying BBA and that website is run by a class 10 student. Then I realize, oh God, the paragraph I borrowed in my research paper was written by a class 10 child. Now, I could not judge the source. For example, now, what is assessing sources? I should ask, who is the author of this source? Who is the publisher of this source? When was this source published? Where was this source published? If it was published by Vanity Press, it's useless. Because I know that Vanity Press is an online press run in Germany, I guess. What do they do? They say, give us $200, we'll publish your paper. They publish for money, not for quality. So if this research has come up, Vanity Press, I discard. Now if I see that the essay I'm reading is coming from .org, I read. Because .org means organization. If this paper is coming from edu, .np, .gov, I like. Because this is a government website. This is educational. But if this paper is coming from .com, I know this is commercial website. I know this is a commercial website. And I know it's for making money. And I discard. Most of the information on the internet that you get from .com, that is unreliable. That is unreliable. Most of the information you get from .org, that's more reliable. GOV, more reliable. EDU, more reliable. Educational University. So if a book is published by Oxford, London, must be good quality. If a book is published by Divakar, Putli Sadak, may not be good quality. Right? So that's how we assess resources. And then after we assess resources, what do? Determine their credibility. What is credibility? If I write a book on cookery, I have no degree on cooking, I am not credible. If I write a book how to teach, I may be credible. because I'm a teacher. I wrote a book on music. And I said, buy it. And he said, Divakar sir, तपाईं त कहिले क्लासमा गाएको सुन्दिनँ, बजाएको देखाएको छैन, म्युजिकको किताब. What I'm doing? I'm stealing from Google, writing a book. No credibility. What is credibility? What is your qualification? Credibility, what is your training? Credibility, what is your credential? Credibility, what is your experience? I taught for 3 decades. So if I talk about teaching, I'm credible. But if I check your fever and say, take this medicine, I'm not credible. I'm not a doctor. Did you get my point? Credibility. Move ahead. As well as to trust their, see, the most important thing here is, look here, trust their own ideas more than snippets of thought that materialize on a screen. One big problem I see today in my university in research is I guide students, students, they have this cancer. They think what I can think should be less useful and what Google gives should be more useful. This is a problem. And what is teaching? What comes from your mind is always better than what comes from Google. Please understand. What your mind thinks is more valuable, more important, more useful than what you get on Google. Because what comes from your mind, you know how it came. You can judge it. But what comes from Google, you don't know where it came from. घरको पानी त थाहा हुन्छ नि उमालेको हो कि चिसो हो, कहाँबाट ल्याएको हो. सार्वजनिक धारामा पानी खायो भने काँडा काँडा. Right? The placelessness. See, internet is no place. When you are on the internet, you don't know where you are. The website .com, but you don't know where is the .com. That's a virtual place. A library is a real place. A library is a real place. मलाई पनि याद आउँछ ब्याचलर पढ्दाखेरि हामी लाइब्रेरी जान्थ्यौँ. हाम्रो इन्डियामा पढेको लाइब्रेरीको बिल्डिङ तपाईलाई घमण्ड जस्तो लाग्ला. यी सबै बिल्डिङ भन्दा बढी र ठुलो थियो. यी सबैभन्दा ठुलो थियो र बढी पनि थियो. भैतला गयो, कत्रो हल वहाँसम्म आवाजको आउने, टक टक जुत्ताको आवाज आउँछ. पर गयो, अग्लो सानो पल छ 1 फिट बाइ 1 फिटको. त्यसलाई मैले वडा आएर त्यो बुक दिने पल हो. सेरी हेऱ्यो, कार्ड दियो, बुकको नाम लेखेर दियो, कार्ड ल्याइदिनु हुन्छ. लाइब्रेरियन चाहिँ हाम्रो आइडी लिन्छ अनि भित्र जान्छ, कल नम्बर हेर्छ. पर कहाँ जान्छ हामीलाई थाहा छैन कहाँ जान्छ. बुक ल्याउँछ, हाम्रो आइडी कार्ड राख्छ, बुक इस्यु गरिदिन्छ, छाप लगाइन्छ. You don't have this pleasant experience when you are in with a laptop and Googling. Right? The placelessness of the web leads to an ethereal randomness of thought. See, random thought. Research is not random thought. Research is thinking in an ordered way. Thinking in an ordered way. That's research is. Googling is random thought. Gone are the pathways of logic. Research is logic. Research is logic. Have you heard the word logical fallacy? Have you heard the word logical fallacy? Have you heard the story, Love is a Fallacy? Have you read? A wonderful story you will enjoy this afternoon or tomorrow. It's 3-4 pages. It's about your people. It's a story about college students. They are in love. I request you this afternoon read this story. You will love reading. A good time pass. What is the story? You will understand this point. Logic. Love is a Fallacy by Max Suleiman. I'll simply tell, in this story, a boy has the most beautiful girl in the class. But the problem is that girl is the girlfriend of my friend. I am the student here. In my class, there is a cute girl. I want to love her and marry her. But that girl is my friend's girlfriend. Then I give my coat to my friend, and my friend gives the girlfriend to me. And he says, okay, मेरो कोट तेरो कोट त मलाई ले, मेरो girlfriend ले जा. Then I spend 1 year training that girl. Why? Because I think she is beautiful but dumb. So I train 1 year to make her intelligent. After 1 year, I propose, and then she uses my teaching to reject me. And I fall flat. And I fall flat. And finally, you know whom she marries? She says, no, I can't marry you. I'll marry him. Why, darling? He has the raccoon coat, my coat. I gave my coat. And she likes the coat and she goes with him. A wonderful story. Read this afternoon by Max Suleiman. And you will understand what is fallacy, what is logic. Okay. The sense of the progress of an argument. Chance holds sway in Google. Please, I'm about to finish my class. Pay attention, please. In such classes, utmost concentration is necessary. Because if you don't concentrate, you won't get my point. So look here. A research is long development of argument. It's not about chance. And it more often misses than hits. Judgment must be taught. Look, what should teachers teach? Judgment. Judgment. To judge whatever I read. Is it right or wrong? Is it good or bad? Should I take it or leave it? Evaluation. As well as methods of exploration. So he says, we are not teaching all these things to students. Therefore, if my students are not writing good paper, the problem lies with my teaching. If students cannot write good research, one reason is we teachers are not teaching right away. This is called self-reflection, blaming yourself, not others. Okay. So we move to the last. We are about to finish it with the only this is the last paragraph. I am seeing, I repeat, paragraph 12 is the most important para in the whole essay, where the writer offers solution to problem. He proposes solution. I am seeing my attention waning. Look, you are the Gopte generation according to Yoho television. On Yoho television, I saw a video where there's a program. It says, Ajako pusta, Gopte pusta. I watch, what is it? के भनेको त्यो जो मोबाइलमा घोप्टिरहन्छ घन्टौँसम्म टाउको माथि गर्दैन. Gopte generation. The problem with Gopte generation is they swipe the screen so much they can't attend anything more than 10 minutes. तपाईलाई मैले 2 घण्टा पढाएँ आज हो युनिभर्सिटीमा 3 घण्टा पढाउँछु एक स्ट्रेचमा कहिले 5 घण्टा पनि पढाउँछु 5 घण्टा बिचमा ब्रेक दिन्छु पिन ड्रप साइलेन्स सुन्छ लेख्छ टिप्छ पढ्दै जान्छ अब अहिले त्यो भइरहेछ छैन अहिले 10 मिनेट बोल्यो 20 मिनेट बोल्यो खटपटी सुरु हुन्छ पेशेन्स छैन so what is the problem see virtual problem students are not able to attend at something in a sustained way for a long time. They cannot focus on anything for a long time. Now look, second problem, their ability to reason for themselves decline. Students can't reason. What is reasoning? What is reasoning? You are the generation that has grown with calculator, right? You go to exam without calculator, I doubt you will fail. Because what is happening? Mathematics is reasoning, right? But because you use calculator, the calculator solves the problem for you and you do not reason. As a result, your mind has not learned how to argue, how to reason. Right? So, research is reasoning. Wish that the university's computer system would crash for a day. He says, oh God, I imagine one day all computers, all mobile phones, they crash. And they don't work. I imagine. They break. So that so that you read a real book. So that you read a real book. I could encourage them to look here, last line. Look how powerful he says. I could encourage students to go outside college, sit under a tree, and read a really good book. When I was doing my MA in TU in 2053, what I would do? I would take a novel, I would take 2 noodles, a bottle of water, I will take Dakshin Kali ko bus, maybe 2 rupees was 3 rupees fare, and I will go to Dakshin Kali. And above temple, there is a second temple, have you seen? And I will go that area, or below the temple, behind the temple, there is a green paddy field. Have you seen? There is a field. Khet satya. And we, 2 people, friends, we would read 50 pages whole day, and by the evening we'll come back to Kirtipur. I went to Dakshin Kali to find peace and no disturbance. I read in jungle. Why? चराहरू कराउँछ, पानीको कलकल आवाज आउँछ, मन्दिरको घन्टी बज्छ, मान्छे छैन, गाडी छैन, हुइसल छैन, केही छैन, पढ्यो. Right? Look what he says. His point is, read in a peaceful place where there is no distraction. Where there is no, the most important thing in reading is disturbance. You are reading something, somebody gives you a call, your mama says something, daddy says something, somebody rings your phone, and you can't read 10 minutes without a break. So his point is, read without any distraction, and read a book from start to finish, as I did with Wuthering Height. 226 pages at one sitting from cover to cover. I would like them to sit for a while and ponder. See the word, ponder. Have you seen pondering? Have you seen roosters? What roosters do? Roosters, have you seen? Roosters, cocks and hen, they will stand on one leg, and they bend one, and their eyes are closed, and they keep pondering. Ponder means silently thinking about something. Ponder means thinking deeply about something without allowing any disturbance. मेरो घरमा छोराले एउटा सामान ल्याइदिएछ, एउटा हेडफोन छ. त्यो हेडफोनले के गर्छ भने त्यो हेडफोन यसरी ब्लक ठुलो छ यहाँ लगाएपछि 99.9 साउन्ड कट अफ हुन्छ बाहिरको. अचम्मको सामान मलाई थाहा थिएन, उसले ल्याइदिएको. अनि लगाएपछि वाइफले बोलाएको, म सुन्दिनँ, गाडी केही आवाजै आउँदैन, अनि म पढ्छु बसेर. किन? मेरो घर बाटै छेउमा छ, उकालोमा छ, बाइक हिँड्दा पनि डिस्टर्ब हुन्छ कि. म पढ्नै सक्दैन थिएँ. मैले भने छोरा घर बेच्न मन लाग्यो भने, किन यस्तो भयो? उसले काम गर्थ्यो फ्याक्ट्रीमा, अनि फ्याक्ट्रीमा इन्जिनियरले त्यो दिँदो रहेछ कि लगाउनलाई हिँड्दाखेरि. ऊ मलाई ल्याइदियो, गजबको छ. तपाईँ हामी के गर्छौँ? हामी बर्ड लगाउँछौँ बोटको, अनि त्यसलाई पेयरिङ गर्छौँ मोबाइलसँग, अनि म्युजिक सुन्दै पढ्छौँ. That's not effective. That is not effective. Our mind is not designed for multitasking originally, please understand. पढ्नुस् किताब. Our mind is designed to do one thing at a time. And when you try to do 3 things at a time, you do nothing well. Our multitasking is not good. It's not good. तपाईँ 3 जग्गा एकचोटि गर्नुहुन्छ नि, हैन? पकाइरहेछ, गीत सुनिरहेछ, पढिरहेछ. पकाएको पनि डढ्छ, गीत पनि थाहा पाउँदैन, पढेको पनि बुझ्दैन. Do one thing at a time. Okay, I would like them to sit for a while, ponder what it means to live in a world. Look, think what it means to live in this world, where some things get easier and easier, like copying a paper from internet, so rapidly that we can hardly keep track of how easy they are getting, while other tasks remain as hard. What is this other? This other is doing research. What is this? What is this other is doing research? And what is this something? This something is Googling. This something is copying. This something is using World Wide Web to do research. And the other thing is good research. Good research. A genuine research is always hard. And I request you, with my palms together, with the Namaste posture, जीवनमा केही difficult काम पनि गर्नुस्. लाइफमा केही डिफिकल्ट काम पनि गर्नुस् के. वेट लिफ्ट गरे मात्रै मसल बन्छ. वेट लिफ्ट गरेको सर्ट्स हेरेर मसल बन्दैन. रनिङ गरे मात्रै बोसो गर्छ. अर्काले रन गरेको सर्ट्स हेरेर बोसो गर्दैन. साँच्चीकै पढ्यो भने रिसर्च हुन्छ. अर्काले पढेको लेक्चर सुनेर रिसर्च हुँदैन. Sorry if I hurt your feelings. So at home, एउटा काम दिन्छु. There are how many paragraphs? 13. Tomorrow when you come to class, or next week when you come to my class, or tomorrow? I have a class tomorrow, first class. Tomorrow I will come in the first period. First period. Or I will check and mail you. I will check and mail you. I'm not sure. Just a minute. I have this curriculum here. Wait a minute. I have the routine. Sorry. Let me clarify. Let me make it clear to you. Sorry, I don't have. I will come either first or second, I'm not sure. One math class tomorrow and one English class. Assignment is write down. Write a neat summary of the 13 paragraphs. Write a neat summary of the 13 paragraphs in 2 paragraphs. Only in 2 paragraphs. Write a neat summary of the 13 paragraphs only in 2 paragraphs, comma. Now, interpret the essay. Now, interpret the essay in 1 paragraph. In 1 paragraph, comma. Now, write a critical comment on the essay. Write a critical comment on the essay in 1 paragraph. And finally, write what you learned for your life, reading this essay in 1 paragraph. So in total, how many paragraphs? Summary 2 para, interpretation 1 para 3, critical thinking 1 para 4, and 5 para. And the permission is you can Google if you don't know what is summary, interpretation, critical thinking, and assimilation. In my YouTube channel, if you like to, type 4 levels of interacting to the text, and you will see a video where I beautifully explain what I want you to do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your patience.